Welcome back everyone. If you're new to the channel, on this channel I share about my farming journey. On today's video I'm giving updates on my okra. I've been posting lately because I was dealing with removing weeds on the other side. My farm was really under attack because of heavy rains. In Limpopo it have been really raining to the point where my okra was not even really performing well. But so far as the sun has been out for the past 4 or 5 days, it's where I'll be starting to also remove weeds on this side. And then the other thing is that I was not really active on the farm as we were under attack by floods. So my okra are not really doing well because if you check here, the leaves are under attack by those by even ants. If you check here, there are ants and they don't have to, and even other pests are there here. So I will be spraying them today. And the thing with spraying pesticide, you should avoid spraying them like during the day when the temperatures are high. So you rather spray them early in the morning or late afternoon. So because now it's in the morning, I will spray them late afternoon around 4, so that like I can just give them that boost. So the other thing which you should be really mindful of with okra is that when they start growing, like this one, when they start growing, you should be monitoring them every day, because like you don't want them to be hard. People buy only fresh okra, so for me to be selling to the market, I don't think I will be able to be selling to the market, because even if you check here now, even here, mind you, the temperatures have been high for like 5 days, like extremely high, but the land is still wet. So this is the disadvantages of planting near the river, but it's another good advantage. But so far the land have been still wet, and the temperatures have been high for like 5 days, and extremely high, and even high sun rays. So that's why you find that the removing weed process, it's slow. It's even because when the temperatures are really high, I rest and then I continue later on. Actually, I work from early in the morning, 5 or 6, up until 1 or 12, or even 11 if the sun is really out. Then I rest. Then around 3 or 4, it's where I continue with my job. So far, that land, that's a bigger land than this one which we are here. So there I was really struggling with removing weeds. And those okras are those ones which I planted them on Christmas, on 25 December. So they are far behind from these ones. So the biggest challenge which I think I will be having here is that I will be unable to sell this okra at the largest space, because like if you check like here, there are so many spaces. Okra died. Like they were okra and then they died. So then I will have to be really I will have to be really strategic on selling this okra, because so far now I will be unable to get the harvest which I was planning into. And this is the other thing with farming. With farming we can plan that, okay, on this land I can plant 2,000 cabbages. I will get maybe estimation of this amount. Then the market doesn't work on your side, or maybe then people are really planting them, or maybe you get hit by heavy rain like what have just happened, or maybe heavy sunrise. So with cabbages you can make money and you can lose money. Sometimes you just have to really be strategic. With this land I planted okra just because I knew that okra doesn't really take a lot of money to invest in. But if you check here, there are ants, there are some things which are flying, so I will have to be spraying them. So one thing is always farming, you just have to make a plan on how to make money to cut the cost, but you don't have to really cut the cost. But with me, I planted this okra knowing that it might be really extremely raining, but they does survive well compared to other crops. They does survive well heavy rains. But so far now, I feel like I should just be planning on the strategy of how I will be selling them, because I was even thinking of replanting again, but I see it won't work because I've replanted 3 times and it was extremely rainy. It was extremely raining to the point where we started experiencing heavy floods. If you check here, this one is it's it's weeks be it weeks it's like maybe 2 weeks, ne? Maybe 3 weeks this one, and this one's like a month, and they are having so many different days or ages just because of how the rain was affecting me. If you check here, it means these are the last transplant which I planted. So far things are really not on my side. I can't plant again because like with okra, one thing which I know is that the moment you start harvesting, I will be having to be dealing with a lot of pests. So I can't be dealing with pests and then other okras will be growing. So they might really affect the growing process of the small okras, because like they will be sharing pests. They are really attacked by pests when they're at this age. So I feel like I should just give up. Then I will check on the next harvest, how on the next plant, on the next crop which I will plant. So far I'm just I'm just going to be trying to just harvest what I have. Then I will see on my next crop. But with the next crop, I was thinking of tomatoes. But I will have to really check if the temperatures will be really high, or even rain. But like as we are approaching another season soon, I think I will just have to go with tomatoes. I'm really good with tomatoes, but the only thing which made me stop really planting them, it was that they require a lot of hands-on, and I was like no more into farming for the past few days. For the past few years I was farming, but not really farming like I used to. So because of that, I wouldn't plant tomatoes because I was still generating money for the business. So as you see here, there's no drip irrigation. So my plan is to harvest all this crop. With these crops, I just want to harvest them and buy drip irrigation for tomatoes. Then after tomatoes, I'm thinking of planting. Actually, I will have to plant sweet corn again, because with sweet corn, I was able to make a lot of money. And if you see here, there was a stream of water passing by for almost 2 weeks due to heavy rains. So, but the other thing with tomatoes, I will have to be really invested on a lot of fertilizers. So I think I will need like all those NPKs, so that I will be able to harvest well, because they will also need a lot of nutrients. And this land, I think it's in short of nutrients now, as we were having as we were having floods, and there was water everywhere on this field. So even that side, this side, there are okras which are affected by weeds, and the land is still wet. But I think today is looking much better. Yeah, some of them you can see here. And then the other thing is that there's still water. But after, when I'm done with that field, it's where I will be then it's where I'll be then trying to remove these weeds. but this okra is dying. And if you can recall, there were sweet corn where you are seeing grass here. There were sweet corn, so the land is still usable, but like only to a minimum of crops. Cabbages they wouldn't survive here even after this heavy rain season. I don't think they will be able to survive. So I will just be mindful on which crop to plant on this wetland, because there's still water, like it's still wet. And when I'm checking the weather, as it has been really hot these days, it might rain again. So I think I'm losing that side. That side, I think I'm gonna lose it due to waterlog. So far, if you've made it so far, thanks for watching. I create content on farming. I create content on farming. I will also be really posting frequently these days. It's just that like I was so busy with some documents about farm and the other things. So yeah, thanks for watching.